In the Patriot League Championship, in a matchup of the top two seeds, regular season champ Bucknell by 5 over Lafayette, 15:22 to go here in the second half. And you can step inside each game-changing highlight as our experts bring you up to the minute analysis. Don't miss Inside College Basketball Bracket Week, presented by Socci tonight at 11:30 Eastern, only on the CBS Sports Network. Chris Patola's #1 seeds.
Bob, these may change in 20 minutes, so stand by. I think those first three are locks. I think that fourth one could go to Louisville, a Georgetown, even a Kansas. There will be shuffling before these conference tournaments are over.
You going to be in Indianapolis on Sunday when the committee meets?
You know what? I will not be. It will not be an easy job this year.
Well, if they're watching, they will have Chris Patola's insights to consider.
Pay attention.
7-0 run for Lafayette. Bucknell has missed its last 5 from the field. Muscala screens for Ayers. Out to Brackney with a pair of threes in the first half. Johnson, step back. Back rimmed it. Tazinski to the rebound.
Both these teams giving up those off those wing ball screens, those mid-range jump shots. Lafayette's hit the last 2. Bryson Johnson coming up empty there.
Johnson backdoor to Tazinski. 6 in a row for the Lafayette sophomore.
And what did we say? You got to get stuff going to the basket. The last 2 buckets for Lafayette, layups.
And Chris, you look for Lafayette first to shoot the 3 and then to go backdoor. Turnover by Bucknell. Leopards have scored the last 9.
Well, those back doors are set up with the spacing and then having shooters. You got to play the shooters and open up opens up those back cuts.
Trist takes Muscala away from the basket. Now sets the screen for Johnson. Under 10 to shoot. Johnson to Trist. From the key. Ayers has it for Bucknell. Cameron Ayers with only 2 points this evening has not scored from the field. He's a first-team all-conference pick, averaging 12.5 per game. Johnson picks it up, drops it off, under 5 to shoot. Frazier trying to force it off the glass, does on the drive. And then nearly comes up with the steal and indeed produces the pick. It's a 3-on-1. Johnson to Ayers. Freshman Ryan Frazier really counting for 4 straight points for Bucknell. Johnson on the pickup. Could not bank it in. Geese rebounds to Tazinski. Staying hot.
Now we're getting some scoring. 26-18 at the half. Now we're seeing some points.
Well, you know there was intense defense at the outset. How much of it simply jitters in the Patriot League Championship? Another turnover by Bucknell. Johnson feeding Scott. Gets it back. Think these teams were nervous at the outset, Chris?
I think it was a combination of both. I do. I think it was nerves and good defense. I do.
Tony Johnson unable to stick it from the glass. Ball swatted out by Trist. Possession to Muscala and the Bison. But a timeout at the 12:23 mark of this Patriot League Championship. Bucknell had a double-figure lead. Joey Tazinski, though, a factor in the second half. And the Leopards have pulled within 5. And right now on the assignment for Bucknell defensively, waiting on Johnson just across half court is the freshman Frazier. Trist for the Leopards, another backdoor cut by Tazinski, and a beautiful feed on the bounce. 3-point difference in this Patriot League Championship in a matchup of the top 2 seeds who split their regular season series.
Well, don't think that every made basket, every shot attempt, these guys aren't thinking about what that means for their chances to go play in that tournament next weekend.
Tazinski now with a dozen. Muscala puts it on the floor with a hook. A knockout.
He's so patient. Once he sees no double coming, he just goes to work.
And the thing about Muscala is that every season he has improved another facet of his game. With Trist hitting there for Lafayette. And there's a guy who's been much improved now as a sophomore, the Australian import.
He is knocking down that shot, not something that was in his game. But again, Hinrichs had a drive to the basket, had a shot, kicks it out.
Bryson Johnson out top for Bucknell, still without a field goal in this game, capable of lighting it up though at any point in time. Muscala now goes to the left hand. A mirror image of his last make.
Well, you think he sees this game crawling under 6 minutes. He knows what's at stake. He says it's time for me to take over.
Yeah, a couple of minutes ago I asked you, Chris, what's on the mind of Mike Muscala? I think he's answered that question. He has scored 10 of the last 11 for the Bison. Johnson lost the handle, tries to gain it back, commits the foul in the process.
He's just going to work, Bob. Here he sees no double, turns faces, goes over that left shoulder, then here says, I can also go over my right shoulder. Both hands. How would you guard that, Bob?
Indefensible.
I'd fake an injury.
Yeah, exactly. I duck for cover.
I've got a cramp. Coach.
Ayers hanging in the lane, missed the floater. Fights for the rebound. Got it back. Forces it up and in. Tuzinski for three. The rebound on the snatch by Ayers.
That's not a good shot. You know, you live and die by those kinds of shots. And at this point, I know Joey Tuzinski's been hot, but that was a quick one.
And that's a sequence to remember now in a three-possession game. The rebound by Ayers in traffic and forcing one off the window, and then the miss by Tuzinski. Now into Muscala, turnaround. Once, then twice on the bounce, and down she goes. Timeout, Lafayette, in the midst of a 9-0 run. Bucknell got to the Patriot League Championship and lost 6 straight times before its first title. Johnson picks it up off the floor and puts it up. A long rebound deflected out to Tuzinski. Scott lets it fly for three. Tough shot over Brackney. 6-point game, 20.6 to go. Don't count out the Leopards yet. Brackney inbounds to Muscala, right back to Brackney. Scott hurries to give up the foul. Ben Brackney has been to the free throw stripe only 4 times this year. He's 3 for 4 as a Bucknell junior. Bryce Scott with his 4th foul. Scott now with 13 for Lafayette. Again, this Patriot League Championship preceding a Mountain West quarterfinal. Wyoming at number 15, New Mexico, top seed in the Mountain West. Three-possession game.
Ben Brackney has been huge. That's his 7th point, looking for his 8th.
Young man bothered by knee problems for most of the season. Unaffected in the Patriot League tournament. So good on the boards against Army. Outstanding tonight offensively for Bucknell. And again, Frazier gives up the foul.
Foul is charge number 32. Ryan Frazier is third.
Bucknell with fouls to give. Next foul for Bucknell. And we wouldn't expect there to be a next foul. Would put Lafayette in the bonus. Step back 3 from Scott. Overshoots the rim. Ball winds up in the hands of Muscala. As it should. Let the celebration begin here in Lewisburg. The Bison are going back to the NCAA tournament as Patriot League champions.